Hey everybody, in this episode I'm going to be going over a transition that they have in that Adobe Premiere Pro has in their video transition department, I guess you can say. That is called the Morph Cut. So let's get into that and show what that is for. Probably one of the best uses of the Morph Cut is going to be used during interviews or during shots when you're trying to fill gaps. I'm going to play an example here. I'm going to play through some of this interview and show you what I'm talking about. We're going to find some ums and ahs in here that we want to cut out.
With the 401k plans being transferred over.
Okay, so there's a couple little ums and ahs in here. I'm going to show you a couple examples here as we play through. Like right here, there's a big right here.
Got a brief hold up.
Okay, so say we want to cut that down right there. I'm going to cut out that so this interview is a little faster. Actually, let's get kind of extreme here. So that goes a little bit faster. Okay, let's find this little here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom up on this here. I'm using my mouse scroll to zoom up on this to make this track height bigger. I'm going to do plus on my keyboard and kind of zoom up so I can see these audio waveforms. And I'm going to go right here where he starts to take a breath. I'm going to do Control K on my keyboard or Command K on a Mac, and it cuts through everything right there. I'm going to move past. Here's the little breath right there, and then the right there. And I'm going to hit, from right here, I'm going to hit Q, which will delete everything to the left, and Rip will delete it. Q, and we got rid of the So let's listen to that now.
Got a brief hold up.
There we go. So we took out, let me clean up a little bit more of that pause there, get rid of that, kind of make that a little tighter. So let's play through this and listen.
Got a brief hold up.
And there we go. We got rid of that and the sound sounds pretty good, but you'll notice right here as we play through it,
brief hold up.
There's a jump cut. We see it kind of jump through that. So the Morph Cut helps to solve that, and it doesn't work all the time, but there's sometimes it fits right in and works perfectly. So I'm going to go to my effects here, and I'm going to go down under my video transitions. Actually, I can just search it. It's under my video transitions folder, but I can just type in here MORPH. And it brings up the Morph Cut right there under my video transitions, dissolve Morph Cut. I'm going to grab that, drag it out, and drop it onto this little transition here. This is going to be a little bit, immediately it'll say analyzing in background. If we select that and go to the effects controls, unfortunately it does not show the analyzing progress on that. But what I'm going to do here is, this is going to be a bit too long. There, and it just finished. It just got through analyzing, and I'm going to play through this and take a look at it.
Brief hold up.
And right there, and notice that it doesn't render it here, that it goes unrendered. So what I'd recommend doing is just to really take a look at how this looks. To get a good feel for what's going on here, you got to render this. I'm going to hit my Enter key or my Return key, and it's going to render all my unrendered video. And I've got two things that it's rendering in here, 38 frames. And it's done, and now it's green, so it is rendered. I'm going to play through this.
A brief hold up.
And this looks good. It kind of got rid of the jump cut, but there's a little bit of a drawl on his mouth there that looks a little unnatural. Watch this.
A brief hold up.
And it looks a little unnatural. So oftentimes what you have to do is you just have to kind of find the right spread on this Morph Cut here. I'm going to grab it and shrink it down. And actually, he's talking less here. He's taking kind of a little breath there. So I'm going to grab it and move my Morph Cut over more to this side right here. Now that's through analyzing, I'll hit Enter and let it render. And now let's get it to the beginning here and play through this.
Got a brief hold up.
And that's actually looking pretty good there.
A brief hold up.
It looks a little weird, but it actually kind of solved the edit there and made it look not like a jump cut.
With the 401k.
Like this little right here. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to go right here where he says cut that, Control K. Go right here when he stops saying the and hit Q and eliminate that to the left. And let's grab our Morph Cut, drag and drop, and I'm just going to shorten it right here. I'm going to make this pretty short. Let's see what we get as we do that is a 6 frame duration on that Morph Cut. Let's let it analyze, which will happen pretty quick because it's only 6 frames. And it just finished. So I'm going to hit Enter to render it. By the way, when I render it, notice it starts at the beginning of the timeline and starts playing through it. I think that's very annoying, so I'm going to go under Edit, Preferences, General. And I'm going to uncheck this play work area after rendering previews because I hate that. Hit OK. And let's take a look at this because this takes us to the very beginning of the timeline. I hate that as default. Now let's play through this rendered portion and see how this looks.
It's the 401k plans.
And that looks pretty good. That blended it almost seamlessly. What the Morph Cut basically does is blends these two shots together and try to make it look like there's no edit occurring there. If you use it on something else, it might have some kind of funky effects. Like right here, we've got some B-roll as it's playing of this guy playing on the playing some footage of this guy on the computer, and as we play it, it cuts from there to his face. Let's give it a try there and see what happens. Like I said, I think this works best with interviews, but sometimes it kind of has this funky effect. If we drop it on there, let it render, move our mouse over that to see it as analyzing in the background there. Wait till this is through analyzing, and we'll render it and take a look at it. Now it's finished. I hit enter to let it render, or return to let it render. Notice this time when it finishes, it doesn't go back to the beginning because I unchecked that obnoxious return to the beginning of the playhead, to the beginning of the timeline, and now I press play to play through it, and look at that weird thing. It tries to blend those two shots together, and it just does this kind of weird, funky effect. That's what you get when you're blending two images that are completely different together with the Morph Cut, is you get kind of this weird morph between them right there, and there you go. You can stretch that out, make it longer, kind of see the different type of funky effects that you get. But really, this is really nice for cutting interviews or static images when you want to hide the edit and you don't have something like B-roll to cover a whole bunch of interview footage. And you're cutting out a bunch of ums and ahs. That's going to help to make things seem a little bit smoother. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please post them and subscribe.